Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, I want to touch base with you and do a comparison between GrooveSell and Samcart. A couple other things I want to share with you here in a moment, but I won't get into that just yet because I think there's some exciting stuff that you'll be real interested to see. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and flip my screen around here so that that way I can show you a couple of things here that I need to show you so that way we can do that comparison piece. The other thing is always because of this monitor, I'm going to have to totally blank myself out. Otherwise, you'll only be looking at the bottom half of me. So with that, let me share my screen. Here's this. And let me kill this other thing so you don't see the half on that. And there we go. And that takes care of that. Okay. So this is just the GrooveSell integrations page, which I'm going to come back to that because the first thing I want to do is I'm going to slide over here to Samcart. And I'm going to show you a couple things here because a couple of things that they're looking at with Samcart, and I know that a lot of what they're built on is the two-page website, and that's the offer and sales page checkout, and then the thank you. And GrooveSell is absolutely easy to do. Now, one of the things I want you to know here about the subscription here, that's talking about obviously subscription-based and or monthly recurring payments or something of that nature. The other one here about the email and CRM integration, with those tools there, that is a secondary or third-party integration. With GrooveSell, you would be doing the same thing, doing a third-party integration, unless you got GrooveMail, which would be the ideal thing in that case, which would be an upgrade on that. But that's something we'll cover a little bit later on during this review. Trial offers and add-ons, you can do that also likewise with here. Oh yeah, optimizing your checkout pages. Obviously, we're always looking at optimization based on what the buyer's behavior is, because it is behavior-based buying, and that would be the same thing with GrooveSell. So both of those are doing the same thing. Now, the custom branding. This is interesting that they bring this part up because I'm going to show you here in a minute that with them, you actually have to go through 2 or 3 upgrades before you can actually get custom branding. They'll let you have an independent piece, but it's still going to show that it's powered by GrooveCart until you get to a certain level. And I mean, that's fair with most of them. And the free, and I repeat that, the free account that you get with GrooveSell, then yeah, they're going to put the GrooveSell powered by GrooveSell underneath that. Trust factors. Eliminate anything last minute buying hesitation on the customer. It's not a matter of convincing. It's either they'll make the decision on whether or not that fits their needs or not. So I need to do one thing here. I'm gonna make one adjustment here to the screen. I apologize for that, but I needed to see this next piece. Now going back over to GrooveSell. Now, this is Mike Filsame, anybody who knows him, and the whiteboard behind him is going to explain a little bit more about what I'm going to cover a little bit later on. But right now, I want to go over the integrations because I think that at this point, the integrations are very important because at this point, this isn't limited to just these, but at this point, if you already have an autoresponder, which is very important, and that's that being able to do that email follow-up sequencing, you'll either need to get one of these or you can get the GrooveMail like we spoke of a little bit earlier there. So you got Active Campaign, Aweber, Campaign Monitor, excuse me, Web Form, Get Response, GoToWebinar, MailChimp, Modic. I had to look that one up because I never heard that one. Looks like a very interesting integration from that standpoint. But again, that's a third-party piece on that. And then over here with Samcart, the different integrations they have, PayPal, Stripe, everybody, same way with GrooveSell, they'll have that. Zapier, HubSpot, okay, ConvertKit, they've got that. Kajabi, Aweber, Infusionsoft, depending on who you are, Get Response, Active Campaign. So this is theirs. So a lot of these are listed on there. I don't think for a minute, in fact, I know that there's pieces that GrooveSell is actually working, or Groove Digital is actually working with these vendors to kind of get those parts put out. Or put together to where they can get those integrations. Now, Stripe, PayPal, and I think also Payeer, if I pronounce that correctly, integrates with GrooveSell so that way you can get that piece. Now, some of the features here, back to the email, because you want to be able to email your customers. So that's either GrooveMail and or one of the others, and you can do that piece and then have your membership piece inside that. But then yet again, if you note, that's an additional piece of software you have to have added onto that also. Payment processing, both of them we'll take care of all of that for you, and no upcharges or anything like that, percentages, none of that's going to be in there, because I've seen that with GrooveSell, that's one thing that they're really looking at on that, they're not going to want to charge you any additional charges for any of that. Now over to the pricing, because this is where it's very interesting. Looking at Samcart for their pricing, this is their basic piece that they've got, which you can see they've got a few things on here, half a dozen different things that I have, but right there at the bottom, Samcart branding on the page. And then if you go ahead and move up to the higher tiers, then they go ahead and have those pieces. None of that is really changing between GrooveSell and Samcart. Pixel tracking right across the board, which everybody's got that, because we know that you need to have that to be able to do that. But here's where the difference is. Now, GrooveSell normally would cost somebody $99 a month, but right now during the special that they're running, because everybody's at the stay-at-home and the lockdown and everything, they're giving it away for free. So it's 0 for life. I repeat that, 0 for life, never a payment. And in this case here, these guys will give you a 14-day trial, but for your launch piece, $49 a month, $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year for this next bump up, and then the $199. And keep in mind, folks, that's just for the shopping cart. So if we're looking right here, if you scale the business, real quick, easy math here, $2,400 a year is what that's going to run you. So between $1,200 and $2,400 a year just for the shopping cart. So the reason I wanted to really point that out is that now I'm going to go over to GrooveSell. And right here with what Mike's talking about and everything in the whiteboard he's got behind him, there's a couple of different plans that they offer as upgrades if you choose to do that. If not, that's fine. The free one with that, plus the Groove Pages Lite, which is actually the funnel builder or page builder for you, depending on your knowledge base and where you're at on that. So we're going to look down here with the different accesses, and I will tell you the base one here, again, free for life, all upgrades, all adjustments, any add-ins, anything like that that they do for that, then you'll get all of that. Again, back to the leads, the cart abandonments, the buyers, affiliates, those items are not going to be in the base package. But if you move up to the silver gold, which would be $99 or $199 for each one of these, depending whether you got silver or gold, look at all the additional pieces that you get. You obviously get the GrooveSell, you get the affiliate, which both of them have that, even the Samcart has that, but you move up to Groove Pages Pro, which that opens up a whole different animal for you there, where there's all kinds of different things that you can do within the page builder itself. You also get Groove Mail. That right now, I can tell you based on what I've looked at just from some different ones, that goes anywhere from $19 a month up to this one I'm looking at right here, $60 a month. And a lot of that's going to be based on how many actual email addresses you have, because in some cases, in this case here with this one vendor I'm looking at, if you had 75,000, well, we'll make it, 75,000 is basically $590, and if you had 100,000, it'd be $800. I think that's a month on that too. Looking at that, I believe that's a month. I would have to go back and double check that because just based on looking at the general pricing on that, I don't believe that to be a year at all. Anyway, so you get that. Now I will tell you that with the upper tier plans, that you should be able to have email out up to 25,000 as of this video, 25,000 per day. That could change, obviously, based on demand and other things that go along with the business. All right. Now, there are a few things that you'll lose out of this for the pricing. Obviously, Groove Blog. So if you need a blog, that's obviously a big piece on that. The survey calendar, help desk, webinars, and live webinars and everything automated, and even Groove Cart, which is actually the physical e-commerce store that you get with these. Those pieces will be withdrawn out of each one of these plans. However, this is the part I was, one of the two things that I was wanting to share with you for hanging out with me here for a couple of minutes, and that's this, is that right now, there's a back door. You can still get in and get the lifetime backing access. So that means one payment. Well, they've got it broke down. Let me rephrase that. It's either one payment, 3 payments, 6 payments, or 12 payments, depending on you, with no payment due today. You're signing up, there's no payment due today. So that's huge, depending on where you're at, and obviously being able to come out of the backside of this stay-at-home orders that all of us are getting. But this gives you unlimited access to all of these products for life. Is it in beta right now? Yes, I am not going to hide behind that. There are people who are using it and that are actually getting everything set up and got some pieces working for them with their pages, the page builder, and also with the sales cart. Both of those are in there. GrooveMail and a couple other things are supposed to release. Actually, Groove Pages out of beta is supposed to be here in July. That's why it's so critical that if any of this meets your needs, whether you're trying to start up a business and you're trying to reduce your overhead, manage your cost, trying to integrate holistically for all of the things that you need instead of having to piecemeal it together with all these different vendors. This is all huge because this is exactly what they've seen that the industry and the market needed for each of us to be able to really succeed. So really here's with this, with all the pieces that you get on that, because it'll be rolling out through the rest of this year for some of the other pieces, because I haven't quite got those built out yet. And it'll go into the first part of next year. And then anything that they're going to do on top of that. A couple other things here that you'll get in addition to that, but here we are. Pay 0 today, or if you want to pay the one payment, because you can pay that right up front, or it's 3 easy payments of $497. And that looks like that starts in 2 weeks if you do it that way. Or it's 6 easy payments, $288, and you can start that today with your first payment, or 12 payments of $188 starting today. Once you've paid for that, and you've paid out that. Now I took the 3 payment plan myself. I'll own that. And so that was 3 months. I paid basically $500 a month, $1,500, and then I was done. And why is that important? Because I want to back up to what we were looking at just for Samcart. What was Samcart? Samcart was to have the bigger, other than the basic package, you were looking at $1,200 to $2,400 a month. Yeah, a month on that. Well, a year. I'm sorry, because it was $199 or $199. So it's $1,200 to $2,400. So this is what makes it a no-brainer. So at $1,200 a month for the mid-tier package, which a lot of people would fall into that, for $300 more. Yes, I know you kind of have to pay for both at the same time. That's where I'm at right now, because I'm using the competitor Carter along that currently, and I'm working on that. Once these a couple other pieces here release for Groove from Groove Digital for these other pieces, especially the email piece, then I'm moving all of my stuff over to Groove Digital and the Groove Funnel. So that's an important piece to keep in mind, and that's a decision each person has to make. I made that for me because that was a no-brainer. $300 more. I have the complete suite of everything that they have, plus any upgrades or anything for life, and I'm not paying that again instead of $1,200 a month or $1,200 a year for perpetuity, and that was a no-brain act for me. So anyway, so when you get down to the Pro upgrade, you get you get premium blocks, which everybody else would just get standard blocks, access to the full growing funnel template library, which is an ongoing thing, unlimited projects, unlimited pages, unlimited websites. What? Unlimited websites. That means that you can have dozens of different URLs in there, to where I know that some of the competitors, which I'll leave everybody's name out, they're going to require you to have different, that one URL, maybe a maximum of 3, depending on how much you're actually paying there. Unlimited bandwidth. What? Everybody gets you on bandwidth, no matter who it is. Royalty-free images, there'll be a bunch of those, pop-ups, other elements, free SSL certificates, so everything's going to be secure all the time. Split testing, analytics, unlimited team members, agency future coming. I know that's huge. Import funnels from other members, which is huge, which I know that all the other competitors in the main piece right there are doing that. Free hosting. No site branding, unlimited custom domains. So there you go. I mean, that's what you get for all of that, for that extra little piece if you go up to the Pro upgrades for the life. And really what that is right now is, since it's in beta, you're considered an early adopter So a backer. So there you go. But if you want to go ahead and keep yourself at the basic, which I understand that too, because everybody's view of their business and what they can foresee in the future and what they're comfortable with, they have their different pieces of, if you will, their pain or pressure points. And I get that. I've got my own. So, I mean, you can still go back to 3 project sites, 3 funnels. You get a single template there for your funnels. You get a starter pack for the premium blocks, all the wireframe blocks, free hosting. And these are the things that, the other things that aren't allowed within the free piece, but you do get the pages built with Groove Pages. So you're getting Groove Page Lite or Groove Page Lite, and that is just a huge piece in and of itself. Now, one thing I did want to touch base with you here on this is I just wanted to show you as an example here that when you look at a product funnel over here, oops, sorry about that. So then you have that, you can, it's an automatic dashboard right here, and your affiliates are the same way. They can look at their piece, and then you can look at your affiliates, tracking codes, tax, all that pieces right there, and just one quick piece on that. And if there's some other actions that you want to catch here, you can get those. Now, if you really want to go a little bit more in depth on this, I've released the video a little bit earlier than this that you can go back over to, and you can take a look at that and see what you think. And I wanted to stop sharing the screen right there so I can come back and visit with you here. Now, I've taken up a little bit more time than usual. I will tell you that this is there was a lot of information to cover in that, and so I really appreciate you hanging out with me on that. And for that, I want to take this this opportunity to tell you that if you jump on board here with GrooveSell, Groove Funnels, Groove Digital, that I want to take this moment and throw in a couple extra bonuses for you. And the first bonus I want to cover for you is I want to give you how to rank on Google and YouTube in the first 24 hours on the front page, especially Google, on the front page of Google in the 24 hours. This is normally a $9.97 product that I'll give you for free. All I got to do is just be able to validate that that you purchased that, it's yours. It'll get sent right to you. And if you can send me something and you want it quicker than what I find it, then you can send it over to mmslink9@gmail.com, and I'll be able to get that right over to you and take care of that for you. Again, that's mmslink9, like Mach 9. So mmslink9@gmail.com, and then I'll get that right to you. The other thing is I'm going to, I'll throw in, I think it's a $29.97 ebook on how to get more views and more engagement with your audience, and be able to get that over to you also. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short here because I know I've already taken a few too many minutes, and I normally don't have my videos this long. But again, this was a demo walkthrough and a comparison between Samcart and GrooveSell to the value that you're going to get with GrooveSell whenever you when you come on board with that. And with that, we're out. Have a great evening.